Hey guys, this is Eli from MACkite, and today we're going to be talking about the Waydoo Evo Scooter Kit. So, off rip, what is it? I'm sure some of you have seen it, some of you haven't. Basically, the Scooter Kit is a detachable handlebar setup that you can put on any of your Waydoo Evo setups. It is not cross-compatible with the Flyer 1. Some people always ask that. It is not. And it's just handlebar setup. It gives you a little extra stabilization, and it just is kind of fun. It's kind of a fun attachment. So how it comes, what it comes with, it will come standard with the Waydoo Evo Max flyer pod. So that's the 130 liter board. That's what that flyer pod fits. We have only used it on the 130 board. It's not really necessary to use it on the 90, and they just don't fill it out as nicely. So we largely only use it on the 130 liter board. And it comes with, it's just a scooter, the flyer pod, and a hardware pack to get you started, and a patch kit for the flyer pod. So you'll need to supply your own tool, but it's the same size as the tool that comes with your Evo. So with all those attachments that come with it, being the flyer pod, the scooter handle, it's already on the Max board. It sounds like a pretty hefty setup. It kind of is. But what it makes up for in weight, or what it takes up in weight, it makes up for in float. So it's that 130 liter board, again, with that flyer pod. So to give you an example, I'm 215 pounds, and I was able to stand on it, and it felt more stable than a sup. Like, it honestly was one of the most stable setups ever, including being able to hold on to the handlebars in front of me. It just gives you that extra sense of stabilization. It's kind of like being on a slack line or a balance beam, and then there's a bar right next to you, and you grab onto it, and you feel way more stable. So that being said, with its increased weight, you'll want a different foil setup than you would normally do, depending on what foil you like to ride. I would say that either of the masts is fine, but you're definitely going to want to go with the 6,000 watt motor, that performance motor. It just gives you a little bit more thrust, a little bit more push to get you up and foiling, push in a little more weight, especially because it's probably going to be a heavier rider that already owns that big board. So with the big motor, you're going to want one of the big wings. I found that the 1500 Voyager gave me a little more kind of traction to get up on the foil. I found it a lot easier to get up on foil with that 1500 Voyager. Glider worked fine, but I just liked the Voyager a little more. I also like that it's able to turn a little bit more. So with that, most people are probably going to be a bigger rider that already own the board, unless you want to splurge and pick it up to try the Scooter Kit out, which I do kind of recommend. It's super fun. It's for pretty much anyone. I mean, you can find any use for it. If you're a rider that maybe you took an eFoil lesson and you struggled to stand up, that handlebar gives you that extra stability, and that float gives you that extra stability to be able to stand up and ride that eFoil the way that you want to, or the way that all your friends do. For people that maybe have a little kid, I've heard and I've seen videos of people kind of putting their kid on the foil board, and they're foiling with them and teaching them how to ride. It's just kind of a fun video. On the back of your boat too, I've seen people use it to ferry between shore and their boat, and just ferry stuff back and forth. I mean, it's that stable because you can ride with it one-handed or two. My personal favorite way to use that complete setup is as a water go-kart. I mean, I was sitting there, I was having a blast. Right, you just put the Scooter Kit you put the handles, they bend down, grab onto that bar, you put your feet just inside the flyer pod, and you can kind of turn it just like it's a go-kart, and you have that thumb trigger. It's super fun. That was my favorite way to ride it. And that kind of leads into one of my final talking points, is like my personal experience with it. It was unironically the most fun that I've had on a Waydoo, because there was just so much I was able to do. I mean, I was standing up, I was just kind of floating up to my buddies, so we were all out together. I rode up on the Evo, and I was just standing, and they were all sitting in the water. It's a little cold in Michigan right now. They were a little cold. I was perfectly fine. And like I said, I mean, that go-kart, that is just so fun. It really is. Some of the functional parts of the scooter kit is it does extend. So this looks a little short right now. I know that stays in frame a little bit. I'm about 6'3", it's about waist height. So reaches just about the top of my head. So it's about 3 feet, something like that. In its shortest form, it does extend. You can tighten that down to have it as a set length, but it'll come just about at your hip if you're 6'3". If you're a little shorter, it'll probably be a little higher, so it'll be more kind of up here. The remote will sit just in this cutout, slides right in there, you pop right in there, you just push it down, and then it is pretty much the same exact functions, plus minus to raise or lower the gear. And then there is a trigger here, a thumb paddle that you use to press the trigger. That's how you go. And if you want to turn flight assist on and off while you're on the water, you'll need that trigger to hit confirm and things like that. If you have any questions about the product or Waydoos in general, I'd be happy to answer them. You can call in and ask for my name. Again, it's Eli, or you can shoot an email directly to efoils@mackite.com, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. We're good. We're gonna roll it back one steensy bit.